What's up, guys? This is To All the Crowd Rooms. Your host, Mikey, co-host Jose Bezos right here. Today with us, we have photographer, videographer, Aaron Palmer.
Dude, thanks for having me. This is really cool.
Dude, you were so hyped about being on the show. We were excited to have you over. We've come in crossing a couple times, and we've hit it off, and we want to have you on the show.
Dude, glad it's finally happening.
Yeah, man.
We've had so many podcast conversations in person, so yeah, it makes sense.
I know it sucks because we had a bunch of conversations today where I was just like, I wish we
can cover that ground.
Bring it back.
It'll be different, but it'll be cool.
Half of the time that we have guests come over while we're setting up and stuff, we have lots of good conversations, but we try to bring those conversations back into the actual episode. But yeah, man, for the crowd that's listening, tell them about yourself, about what you've done, some proud things that you've done, photography-wise, videography-wise, so they get to know you a little bit.
Right on. Cool. Well, yeah, I'm Aaron Palmer, and I've been shooting, trying to make something of it since I was 14. Wanting to do it longer, but parents just wouldn't buy me anything until finally my neighbor down the street got a shitty camera. Yeah, I've been doing it since then. I've been doing it professionally for 5 or 6 years. Video, 6 years. Photo, professionally, maybe 4.
Cool. So it's something you've been doing for a while, but you finally got professional, learning about the equipment and how to make things look way better.
And being able to do proper paying client work.
Sure.
And
did you
good
go to
narrative
school
work.
for?
Yeah, I went to school for 2 years in Chicago. It was called, I don't even know the name of it now. It was called Tribeca Flashpoint Media Arts College or Academy. It was Academy, and it was accredited college. Cool. And it was associate's 2-year degree when I was there.
What made you want to go out there all the way to Chicago?
Honestly, it was because my parents were just you have to go to school. You have to go to school. I did the first year at community college, and it just wasn't for me. I realized oh my God, I hate school. I suck at it. I'm the worst student unless I'm passionate about what I'm doing, getting treated with what I'm doing. In high school, computer aided drafting design, CAD. I got addicted to the software and doing it and making the biggest, craziest projects. Maybe it was the Adderall. I don't know. but I would go crazy. And before that, it was the same with video. Once I learned that Windows computers came with a bare bones video editing software, and it had it for years, I was like, what? And I was like, dude, I can do anything. I can make any fucking video now. And then I realized, oh my God, this software is so limited, and it'll randomly delete your project whenever it wants. It's okay, I hope I get it done quick enough. If your computer sucked enough,
it would
or
crash.
If you just loaded it with viruses like I did when I was a kid.
So when I was 13 years old, I really got into video. I had my papa bought me 2 camcorders,
fuck, dude.
And I figured it out on my own. I found the Windows editor, and I would literally lock myself in the family office and just spend hours just editing stupid montages of me and my friends just doing dumb shit. And it was so much fun. But I never took the next step to how James does the podcast and stuff like that, or you know what I mean, or doing music videos and stuff. But all that stuff is super interesting to me. So when did you get into doing music videos and stuff?
Dude, I always wanted to do it. I was always I was gonna be I was doing music for years myself. Just that's what I was pushing my art essentially. I didn't realize I was doing it. At first I was a screamer.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was a screamer in a band called Rivers. And our one claim to fame is that we played in a basement with pianos become the teeth 13 or 14 years ago, something like that.
That's pretty cool.
And they had a keyboard player at the time.
Was that Dan's place?
So they took they had pianos in the band. But what?
Was that Dan's place, Dan Materas?
No, it was Kunal's place. He had a place in Galway.
It was a long time before
Cuckoo.
that.
Wow.
That was his name. He rich as fuck family. They had a big producer that lived in that neighborhood in Galway. That it was a Grammy nominated or a Grammy award winning producer.
What?
Yeah, there was this rich ass neighborhood on Jimmy Leeds, and it was in their basement, and yeah, they had insane shows roll through there. Dude, it was when I was like 13, like this, or not 13, 15. Still.
What year was this?
This is like 2006,
Woo!
2007.
Wow.
Yeah.
The golden years.
Yeah, and but I was still doing the video thing. Like I was doing a bunch of, but I wasn't like pushing it seriously. I was like, oh, this is just like a funny video I made. I didn't realize like I was crushing it at the time with just making people laugh with just stupid content. Like I was one of the few people who actually put stuff together on the internet in our high school at the time. And then a year later, like the next gen freshman, this one kid was doing it like crazy, and I befriended him and still working with him today a lot. On a lot of narrative, Austin Barbetto, on a lot of narrative projects. But yeah, I don't know.
So first music video.
First music video, it was Pines.
Oh, nice. Wait, what song was it?
Mea Culpa.
Okay.
The first one that I like wanted to push, like I made one for like a student project, and it was trying to like be like a shitty video like camcorder style thing, and it didn't land well. Okay. It was just terrible, and the band it was doing it for was like it was just a total dad rock band, and they were cool, but you know it was just a project. But Sun Tide,
testing the waters.
Yeah. Pines, the members became Sun Tide, that's why I mixed it up. But Pines, I basically was at this full-time job, absolutely fucking miserable. Just like there was so much time between what I did like export, like it was like a video job, that I would just write scripts, and like while I was at work, I just wrote this script. I was like, I gotta make the fucking video. I've been like obsessed with music for years, and I gotta make this fucking video. And the concept evolved a lot, but then it was just like, all right, I'm just gonna fly back. If you guys can throw me what you can for the cost, because I just like. Basically, I'm just like saying fuck it to like my saved vacation time. I'm just like unpaid time. My manager's like, what? Like, we don't want you to do that, but like, I'm like, can you please just do this? I need to take this trip, and they did, and luckily they never fired me. They should have. I eventually just quit. But yeah, so
was this the pizza place?
No. No, this is just like a straight full-time like salary job I had right out of college, which was like cool at the time. It seemed cool. Like I got like a nice car that I wanted, but like I realized like I was barely scraping by making these payments for this fucking thing. And I'm like, you know what? Like I hate this job. I think I can try to make money elsewhere. I think I'm good enough. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I fell flat on my face when I quit that job and like realized, oh my God, I need to work like really fucking hard and be really on top of clients. And it's so hard to manage. I was just getting so much fucking anxiety. And then I had this business partner when I quit that job. And we tried, and we were doing music videos together all the time. And I don't know, we were roommates. We were fighting all the time, and it was just like, dude, we had to end that.
Sure.
But then once I quit that, then I just dove back into music videos myself, and then moved back to Jersey, and just like I had this whole network waiting for me.
People were like, Aaron, come back. We need you.
Yeah, and so I did like a couple videos. I just banged a few out right away, and then it was just like, all right, like I need to make a little more money. So I started making less.
So at this point, you weren't working a job, and you were just
at first for like the first like 3 months,
mm-hmm.
And then no, it was like 2 months, and then 2 months in I got a job, and then I got a job at Urban Outfitters headquarters. Yeah, working on their photo shoots.
I know a couple people that work there.
Yeah, I get to work with was it Casey Cavalier from the Wonder Years? He like when he's not touring, he was doing that job.
Oh, cool.
He was just like it was just like extra money, even though he made good money. I'm not gonna say what it was, but he said he made good money. You know, to being in a touring band, I'm like, wow, really cool. And he also records bands too. But yeah, it was just like an extra side thing. And then their guitar tech, who's also in Aaron West. LJ, I forget his last name, but LJ, I don't know. He's their guitar tech for them and Weezer and Motor City Soundtrack and shit.
Oh, sick.
Worked with him too, and I was hoping to get more connections out of that, but didn't really, pan out the way I'd hoped.
Yeah.
But,
well, just keep plugging away.
Yeah.
And,
well, at least with that network, but it was just cool that I got to work with them.
For sure. Yeah. And to go back to the whole school thing,
okay.
So how do you think, like, you going to school for photography, videography, do you think it paid off, or do you think you would have been better off just going to the University of YouTube? YouTube? This is the second time we're bringing that up.
Yeah.
It's weird because I lived this whole experience, this whole life, and it was really stressful, and I learned a lot about myself through that experience. School, it was. I went back to school after saying I hated school when I was going to community college, and I took a year off, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do something big to like kind of be a parent pleaser, I guess. But you know what? I'm actually really excited because this is going to be. I've never really left Jersey, and just stepped away. I've never moved out of my parents' house. This is like a big leap, and oh my God, it was so weird. I threw myself into the fire, living on my own in a city across like the country, knowing nobody, and school was tough because I was just such a bad student. But like there was classes I was passionate about, and I crushed it in those classes. And then I failed like all my basic classes so many times. So I just put so much of my effort into like my side video work, like the sketches I was making at the time, and other stuff. Like just I was doing like.
What do you mean by sketches?
Like comedy, like sketch videos, like Whitest Kids You Know, like the kind of like. Oh,
I didn't even know you were doing that.
Yeah, I haven't done it in years.
I've seen a few.
They push the boundaries a little bit.
Might have been taken off from YouTube.
No, you can go find them and you be the judge. I don't know, we'll see. Cancel me. We'll see. No, I try to be pretty conscious because we had a lot of friends, like, you know, of different types in that scene out there. Like, we were cool, but just a lot of poop and vulgar, like,
I'm
jokes.
sure it's funny.
It's just like, you know. And then we're doing that, and we also had another a brand for like music stuff that me and this guy were doing, just like live sessions, like multi-angle, like either at shows or like sessions and stuff. But do I regret, to answer your question, I ramble a lot, I'm sorry. To answer your question, that experience was cool. I got a lot from it. I made a network. I learned a lot of how to do stuff. Before I moved out there, I had a pretty big ego. Like, I went to that film school, like, I've been doing this for years. At the time, it was 2012. I started in, like, 2006. Like, I've been doing this for 6 years, which, looking back now, that's nothing. And I've worked with Man Overboard, and I go to Chicago, no one gives a fuck who Man Overboard is. The people I go to school with, they don't know who the fuck that is. And to me, it was so big, because that's all I knew.
Yeah. You're in your own world.
Yeah, and so I thought I was hot shit, and then I'm like, wait, people are getting better than me quicker. Because I had stuck with bad habits. And if I didn't go to school and meet some of these people and like pay attention, I was just going to stick to these bad habits that could have possibly stunted my growth. Or who knows what could have happened. I could have like stayed back and met some motherfucker that like opened my eyes and like taught me everything. Like who knows what, but so I can't like regret the path that I took because I don't know what else would have happened and why dwell on that. Just student loans blow, and if you want help with like learning video stuff, just like message me and I'll give you links to videos and I'll be your network once you start getting good. Like
that's really cool.
That's my advice to people that are considering film school.
Is that the way a lot of the people that you work with are with you? Is everyone very like, hey, you know, once you get to this point, I'll be able to like offer you my network? Because I noticed that, from what I've noticed, I worked with a lot of people within a certain circle that do video work, and you guys all know each other. You guys all, at least in my experience, have been like, oh, that you connection. Need something?
I was like, oh, I heard there's a guy here when I was moving back, destroying my network, or basically walking away from my network in Chicago. Who do I know that I can just do something with that can eventually lead to something? Like, no matter where they're at, I just need this. I'm making this big leap, walking away from what I built up. I got to dive in, like, you know, hit the ground running.
Yeah, I mean, you guys seem really friendly. It seems like you guys always help each other.
We're always working with each other now. It's really cool. And, I mean, it's only happening more and more and more. Mainly because of the connections that I fortunately made with them. I had this business partner. We're still technically business partners, but he lives in the Netherlands. So we collaborate when we can. Lifelong friend, like my oldest friend ever. We drifted from like childhood till like adulthood. And then all of a sudden we just became close again. And then after that one bad partnership fell through, we started collaborating with him, and we did it remotely, and that was cool. But it's interesting. Like I like working with a guy, and when he does come back, we've been working on a lot of narrative stuff, and it's sick. He's such a good director, and he just was a business guy forever, and he's just like, I'm gonna try to do something creative, and he's killing it, and I can kind of help him and like I got him the network that he needed with like AJ Anthony Baronetto, and Jesse. Cornaglia, who's been a huge help on those productions as well.
Yeah, both of them super fucking talented too.
And it's just crazy how that connection happened with Jesse. Like, Eddie got this gig. I flew back to Jersey when I was living in Chicago for a shoot and met this guy. I was like, hey, he directed a Panic at the Disco music video. There was the guy's brother of the house we were shooting at. Mm-hmm. He's got a shot at Panic at the Disco music video. I was like, oh, like I'm moving back. Like if you ever need like extra help or something, and he seemed like so uninterested.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I know what you're going through. Talk to this guy Jesse. He's in South Jersey. He's real good. And I messaged him and was messaging him while I was like away out there, just trying to like come back and collaborate on shit. And we ended up collaborating on a lot of stuff. I flew him out to San Francisco with me for a shoot for. Not Univision, StubHub. We shot for StubHub. Yeah,
that's pretty sick.
So, and then they pat my back because I've gotten them so much work with Eddie and stuff. So it's sick how that works out. Just by like just talking to somebody.
I think it's so important to like be able to share information with people, like with your expertise or something, or even to share your network with other people. I don't think that kind of stuff should be like a secret or hidden or whatever, because you just look like an asshole at the end of the day.
Yeah, there's no reason to hide something from someone, because if you help that person, they're just going to help you right back.
Exactly.
They're not your competitor.
They're not your competitor.
They're just going to go online anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Your schedule might get filled up, and you need to recommend this other guy that like he might undercharge you for other things, and they may end up with him forever. But this dude, if he's a decent dude, he's going to help you back out too. So why not put yourself in that position?
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely. And plus, word of mouth, they're going to be like, how'd you do that? And they'll be like, actually, Aaron Palmer helped me out with this. It's like, who's Aaron Palmer?
I'm too busy with my projects. Hit him up.
Yeah, for sure. Even that, too, because I'm sure your schedule looks crazy for, like, most videographers. Like, you got a booked up schedule and stuff like that. Like, I'm sure...
It's been ups and downs, but fortunately right now, it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with where it's going, photo and video.
Bro, that makes me so happy. So I've known Aaron now for, like, a couple years, and I think it's been pretty cool because, like, for anyone who's listening right now or watching, Aaron's actually like the head media supervisor for Electric Halloween, and so like I think it's been so cool to just see you like transform from like the times you like before you lived with Eddie to living with Eddie to like moving out to where you are now, and just seeing like how much work you were booking up for yourself. You know what I mean? From like seeing you be like, I don't know what I'm gonna do next month, to being like, cool, I'm booked for the next like 2 months, 3 months, like, and when I see you like that, man, I guess that's why I always liked working with you, is because like just anyone else, like they'll always like relate to this. It's like you want to be around people who are like killing it at their shit. You know what I mean? Who are like who are just happy to be succeeding in their craft. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure whenever I'm talking about Electric Halloween or any of my shit, and I'm like, we just finished 8 different segments of the festival, and we're done the booking, and we're done planning the pre-production, and like I'm sure you're over there like, my boy's killing it right now. And I feel like there's always been this great synergy with anyone we've ever involved ourselves with, where it's like, it's really cool to see your friends getting better and just being on top of their shit. Because that's how you want to be as yourself, you know what I mean? And so, I don't know, even down to like our podcast now, we've like always wanted to like be more consistent with our media output. And so, I don't know, it just brings me a lot of joy to see like where you are now, especially considering how good you've gotten in such a short amount of time. And like for me, from like when you did like the Mia Culpa video all the way to like now, you know what I mean, to anything you've like the thing you just showed me like 20 minutes ago, whether you saying it's dog shit or not, I was like, but still though, the point is, it's like, if that's dog shit for you, bro, and even though that's your point of market,
I did call it dog shit, but like,
you're
it's
saying,
fun, and I think it works for what we're going for.
But I think 100%
golden trash.
It is that golden trash.
Yes.
I mean, like no one knows
golden
what the fuck
trash.
it is, what we're talking about, but it's for like for Sun Title, and in my opinion, I think you're nailing it, because like when it comes to them sonically and what their brand is, I think you're 100% on it. I think you guys collectively are doing something that
no matter what kind of music you're playing, your band has a brand of some kind, and you have to like figure out what's worth embracing and what isn't, what you're not, and don't focus on what you're not, you know?
Yeah, no, and I think you nail that. Like you're way more consistent with being able to pick out like, hey, like I think that's like key, you know what I mean? Being able to pick out like what that person is for their project, and being able to highlight that. Like that's important in what your craft is.
Yeah, so, for example, like with the new Sun Title music video that you were just showing us, how did you, like, when you go into a project like that, how do you figure out, like,
what's your way of doing
like,
it?
Where's the creativity come from? Because you basically have a blank canvas, and it's like, here's the band.
It was a total blank canvas. I just decided... So, like, we talked about our friend Kurt earlier. I don't know if we talked about it in the podcast yet, but...
he was just on our last episode, actually.
And he kind of came out of nowhere. Like, I know I was away, and, like, he knew people, and he was involved with, like, hardcore music in years past, and, like, other things in years past, and kind of, like, made his way, like, to, like, our circle.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who this guy was. All of a sudden, he was doing like every other band's video, and like I'm moving back and I'm trying to like figure out like how to land bands, and like a lot are saying no, and it's because of price, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, it's a new market. Their budget is different, and every band's budget is different. They decide what they value more, and that's totally cool with like what you decide is best for you. Like I can't fight with that and argue with that. But like when I saw these cheap prices, I'm like, oh, what are these bands gonna get? And then I'm seeing the videos, I'm like, oh, these are actually really solid.
Yeah.
And like, you know, some simpler than others. That's not a bad thing. Like it's really sick performance shots that make the band look cool and marketable. I'm like, okay, do I want to do that? Or, like, do I want to drop? Like, and to me, it's like it's that I'm running into this like situation where, like, do I want to what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not take down my quality because it's not necessarily what it's doing, but like I want to make an extravagant video that I can make with this budget, you know?
Right.
And is that taking it down? It ends up being work, and gets you away from like a pizza job that pays the bills and can be a quick turnaround, and you can move on to the next project and you're not stuck on one project for a while. I'm like, dude, that makes sense. And because he does that so much, he's getting better and better that he's now adding more elements into his videos and making them sicker and sicker and sicker, no matter how much he's pumping out all this content. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's just putting yourself through it and just doing it and getting there. Like,
I think also going off that, just the world we're living in, the content needs to be coming out constantly, and things have to be simplified.
Especially the SoundCloud rap, you know? Like,
yeah,
it's like making
SoundCloud.
rock have to change the way they do things,
right?
You know?
And exactly. And then also, for instance, like James, our producer, he also he said to me before, like, graphic design, like, you got illustrators and then you got like designers, and designers are a good way at like making something look marketable. The illustrators, they can do that, but more often it's like, I create the Mona Lisa, but can you market the Mona Lisa? You know what I mean? And a lot of people nowadays, consumers, they they can't tell the difference between the two. They'll look at like something that looks simple and something that looks extravagant, and they'll be like, oh, I like this one better. Whatever's the more marketable one. So yeah, I think this is just where everything's going into
like,
now, as far as media, like content, graphic design,
and the collaboration just needs to happen. Like, if you're putting your time out to make this band happen, if you want to stay just a bar band and you want to say fuck the man and like not try to like market yourself and get bigger and be able to do more of what you want as a living, like, fine, dude, that's cool. Like, you can work that bar job without, like, you know, you're gonna have to struggle a little bit here and there, but like, if you want to work for the man and do the punk rock thing and not like grow, like, you know, I don't see why you'd want to not collaborate with these people that will help you grow.
Yeah, like, it just raises the like value of your brand in general. So why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want to be
put the extra little bit of money out, even if it's simple, you know, like, even if it's a one size fits all, like, you can do that and tweak it however you want with the graphics or the video, but like, you know, you have to try to collaborate and grow yourself somehow, and you don't have to spend all the money in the world.
Yeah, well, I think it's important too to recognize, like, for any of the bands, like, you're getting put in a position now where it's like, okay, so like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, it wasn't unheard of to be like $2,000 for like a legit music video.
It's changing every 2-3 years.
Now it's like $500, maybe, if that, you know, like, what I mean, around that ballpark to do a music video that bangs. And at the same time, though, it's like, maybe what's changing isn't so much the price, but like the amount you're putting in for that price. You know what I mean, where it's like, now that you're only paying $500. Well, with this $500 budget, I gotta be resourceful. I gotta figure out how to make it look super cool, but on a budget. I have to think of a really sick idea, but on a budget. And I think it just really separates, like, you know, like the top tier creatives from someone who's just trying to do it just to ride a wave.
Yeah, and also it's technology making everything so much easier to do.
The new iPhones, baby.
Honestly, dude, I used it. Dude, other people listening are gonna fucking like explode, or they're gonna love it. I don't know, but like, I used it in a few shots of this video I described. You'll see like why the point of the video when it comes out, or you'll hate it. I don't know, but
fuck you. He doesn't care.
Yeah, dude. But there's the iPhone 11 Pro with the fucking wide angle camera. The video looks sick. As long as the lighting is like decent. And it's like what the like it. If you know how to like edit, it worked completely. I made some insane sequences with that with the iPhone 11 Pro.
Nice. Is that what you have?
No, dude, my roommate got one. I'm just like, yo, can I borrow your phone for a second?
Wow.
I don't feel like whatever.
I just bought the 8. So.
I gotta upgrade my actual gear. Like I don't.
Yeah, right.
Need to do that right now.
Let's talk about your gear. So, what'd you start off with, and let's talk about the progression of
like start.
Yeah, start.
Oh, shit. It was Canon Cybershot, like just a little silver like digital camera that took video as well, like maybe $120 camera in 2006.
Okay. So it's kind of like a vlogging camera, basically, like more for pictures, like MySpace mirror pics.
Dude, was vlogging a thing back then?
Yeah, vlogging's been a thing since.
I guess kind of, but yeah, no, no swivel screen. It was like $120 camera with like a built-in lens, and it was not like, dude, it just was not a video camera by any means. And we were making narratives with it, like we made one called Moon Wars.
What's Moon Wars? No, it's cool. Whatever. No, we're good.
Moon Wars. Oh my! It was.
Never landed on the moon.
It was actually a Star Wars ripoff, believe it or not.
Really?
What?
No way, right? Yeah, no. It was so basically all we did was we were so fucked up. We weren't fucked up, but we were fucked up in the head. We had this like heavy set. He was fat. Okay, we had a fat man. And. Dude, he always like came over and would break something in your house, always never listening to you, and we'd always have to like send him home, but he always came back and we just let him hang out or, like,
I love that
whatever.
kind of friend though.
He was on the news.
What?
Hear about the guy who got lit on fire?
That was him?
He was the one who lit the guy on fire. He's the redhead dude. We used to hang out with him all the time. He was a neighborhood dumbass.
Whoa.
And he lit a guy on fire as a joke at a prank at a party. He's like 24 now, I think. He was like 4 years younger than us.
What a great joke. What the fuck?
Yeah, so this guy, we had him sitting on our bed, and we just had him be Java. We didn't like draw on his like stomach or anything. We just took his shirt off, and it was just like, I'm Java, and he just shook his stomach.
Oh my god!
And then we had like Luke walk in, and it was just my friend who wore like a white graduation gown, and like had like a crutch, and that was his lightsaber. And then I was ghetto Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I just talked like I was from the hood, and he killed me. And then my sister was the one filming, and she just panned back and forth, and just like he panned to like me and him fighting with the fake lightsaber crutches, and just panned over to Dave just sitting there without his shirt on, just going, ooh, ooh. Like that's how we talked like Java, I guess.
Okay. Well. Darth Vader's been attacking me, and I need to know what to do. Okay, I'll do that.
And then I got addicted to this idea, and we kept. No, I didn't get addicted at first. I was like, all right, that's cool. Just put it online like that, and that's cool. Like I don't give a fuck, because I just wanted to be in a band at the time.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, no, we got to do more. We can actually turn this into a story. And I'm like, oh shit, that's right. I was like, Windows Movie Maker is on my fucking computer.
The power.
Yeah, and so we turned it into a narrative. It was still horrendous. And then we made this other video called Scream versus Vader, and it was just like Scream, like Scream had a gun, not a knife or anything.
Wow.
And I had this automatic airsoft gun that I saved like so many quarters up to get. It was like a fucking sick ass rifle. Sorry, gun's bad to talk about. It was an airsoft gun. Okay, it was an airsoft gun, like a paintball gun, but like
you don't need to nerf yourself. You're fine.
Whatever, dude. All right.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get canceled over an airsoft gun.
So me and him were playing basketball, and that's how we got mad at each other. Cause like I beat Scream. I was Vader again. I beat Scream, and Scream got mad and just took the gun out and just shot the shit out of me.
Oh, damn.
And then, like, a woods hermit drugged me into the woods and brought me back to life, like, fixed me up. And that's how Vader was made. So Obi-Wan made Vader because he fixed him in the woods.
What?
You know Star Wars, he knows it's just butchering the concept.
butchering the
So
whole
but it's not
line.
Star Wars, it's called Moon Wars.
Yeah. Come on.
And then I got obsessed with it, and then I decided to connect the two stories and made like a prequel, and we just kept losing the footage. For like the in-between that those two episodes are out. I should film the in-between now.
Yeah.
Dude, you should. Oh my god.
How the newer ones are just way better than.
Dude.
Wait, hold on. For camera. Let's
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Let's not
God,
get
dude.
off track.
You're
So second camera.
This is gonna be the craziest podcast you've had so far.
So let's transition to the next one. 'Cause
All right.
it'd be cool because maybe we can edit in some clips
Yeah,
to
no,
show
we'll get
your progression.
right.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
Wow.
Then people are gonna see the final thing like, oh, he's not that good. Like
Yeah.
that's like he's hyping
We're gonna turn it
himself
off
up.
right after Moon Wars.
Progression.
Well, it's the same shit.
Why is the dude doing this in one of the videos? All right. Yeah. So next part. Oh, just my
Second
progression.
camera, yeah.
Second camera. Nah, I won't count that one. I got this video camera like the end of high school. I was like, doing video on and off with that same camera throughout all of high school.
Okay.
Just these shitty sketches on this channel called Squalix Productions. We mixed like squally and this word that my friend made up called Vinix. He's like, let's call it Vinix. I'm like, what's that? He's like, I don't know. It sounds like a cool word.
Lice.
And
Logic.
and so we just mixed it called Squalix.
Sounds
And then yeah, so next camera so that was up until the next camera, and then I graduated high school. My parents got me like a video camera. It wasn't like HD, but it had like widescreen. I was like, that's cool. It can do widescreen.
What was the project you did with that?
We made this video where like I was just like I walked up to my friend. I was like, hey, cool rabbit, and it was just like a Portlandia style, like, huh? But it was like way worse because we were kids. You didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey. And he's like, hey. And I'm like, I like your rabbit. And all of a sudden he has a rabbit. He's like, thank you. It was so dumb. Dude, I hate describing this.
I need this.
And I was like, can I have that? And he's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden I just have it. And then, or no, it was the opposite. He had it, and I was the one who wanted the rabbit. And he was like, all right, yeah, I guess I'll just see you, dude. And then he just trips and falls, and he made like a squib. He like crushed the rabbit, and it shot into my face.
That's sick.
What kind of camera were you using?
It
for
was
this?
like a Sony Handycam,
Okay.
and that was like that was
That
a
sounds
video,
like what I had.
video camera,
Yeah.
and it had a built-in hard drive.
Oh, cool.
Like it wasn't like an SD card camera. It had like a moving spinning disc like in your computer or like an iPod style hard drive.
So were either of these like the mini cassettes that you put
No,
in?
I guess we did do that in early middle school. We were doing like skate videos.
Yeah.
But I would not. I never really considered that the beginning of my work because like I wasn't editing them. We just shot them and just left them on the tapes.
Dude,
And we made like jackass videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And like where I jump in the snow without a shirt on.
Yeah.
That was me being a jackass.
That's the type of videos
Yeah.
I was making when I was a kid.
Yeah. And then after that, I had that for a few years, and then a few years later, my parents got me one that was HD. Like it was like the same kind of camera, just didn't have the hard drive, but it was an HD like Handycam. Mm-hmm. And it still looked like shit. Like it was just like it had a higher pixel count.
What were you making at the time with that one?
That's when I started doing the band videos.
Yeah.
I started doing like I shot like neighborhoods, Life Without a Jacket.
Dude,
and
neighborhoods. They were fucking dope. I was
yeah.
actually just talking
Coming Clean.
to Tyler Sarfert, the lead singer's younger brother.
just had a kid.
Oh yeah, he was telling me that. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get
Tyler?
Tyler on the show.
That'd be cool. Steven would love it too if you talked about neighborhoods, but like that's such a small
I was
pocket of people that would want to talk about that.
Dude, I was a huge fan. Dude, their LP and their EP.
Oh my God.
So dope. And Nick Brazizi recorded their EP. Did some guest vocals on it.
Yeah. That's right, he did do that. Holy shit.
All right, we keep getting off track though, but
That's what I do.
So then after that one, what'd you do?
And so that I had that for years, and I used that for pretty much all of college. And well, I used my friends' cameras in college mostly.
is this the same one you use for Man Overboards?
Yeah, so that was like a multi-cam. I was me like hitting everyone up like, hey, Man Overboard's playing at the Boneyard. Who can come here and film multiple angles of this? And you've seen that video? You just asked me about that. I'm like, wait, how did you know about that? You saw
No,
that video?
that was the Coming Clean one.
Oh, okay. So did you come across the Man Overboard one?
I didn't actually.
Oh, it's like a multi-angle video. Everyone thought it was sick at the time.
Cool.
It aged so badly. One of my worst,
Wow.
like as biggest video I thought at the time, and it aged like the worst. But like Zach retweeted it or something. He's like, "This is sick," and I'm like, "Yes!" Like I'm in.
Made it. Clout.
Exactly.
Quitting my job today.
And a bunch of people shared it, but dude, there's just so many cross dissolves between each angle. Like I dissolved between like.
And now today you're using
I'm
dissolve,
still I'm
but it
doing
looks-
shitty
it looks
dissolve
tasteful.
still. Yeah, but it makes more sense for like why we're doing it. I just thought it was. I used to think it was like a cool transition at the time.
Sure.
Is that what you on that Man Overboard video? Is that like what you were doing with that camera?
Yeah.
The current one?
Stuff. I was doing like just a bunch of live sessions, and then I started just using other people's cameras. I didn't really have I wouldn't say I owned a camera for like years until I graduated college. My parents bought me a decent DSLR. That was like better than like a lot of my friends' cameras, but I did a lot of cool stuff with it. Like the Mea Culpa video was done on that camera, and for the time, I think it turned out sick.
Cool.
It's it's starting to age now, but at the time, it was like, what the fuck, like. Bands are putting out videos like this right now.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a big game changer. I remember that time frame very specifically.
That was just came from like straight depression. I'm just like, I gotta make this happen.
Yeah. Which I'm glad you did.
Yeah, dude, it opened so many doors. I did that about a year after I graduated, or give or take, that video. And then and then I landed an Equal Vision video because of that video.
Same camera?
No, it was a couple years. It was like maybe a year in between, of just like all my friends were getting better cameras than me immediately after I got that camera.
Yeah.
Like just top notch, like proper, like professional, cinema cameras, and yeah, I don't know, that with those cameras, that's what we shot, this bigger music videos with.
And then what do you have now currently?
So what I use for like, I kind of did employ like that, doing more videos for less.
Yeah.
And I use the GH5 as my personal camera, but my next I'm in like a little bit of like a deal right now where I'm doing like one more video probably for cheap with my camera. I'm gonna try to collaborate with my friend Jesse and other people to cover their costs of them using their gear and their bodies. And he's a Blackmagic Ursa Mini. The camera, it's the same brand as the camera I was recommending to you, but his is like much more substantial. Which it's just he wanted the best because he markets himself with that.
This is what you want to upgrade to?
I would love to, but I think I'm just gonna collaborate with people again.
Okay, so can I just save up in the meantime and just
save up in the meantime, upgrade my computer so that I can like edit.
You made a bunch of like I remember when I was like I want to start working with Aaron is when you started putting out like recap videos. Like I actually,
see that's like my main thing right now.
think dude, I think you're like top tier for recaps. Like I love your work. Like something about like just the way you did everything, like every Your Persona recap video that was done by you, sick. Dude, always sick. Like I loved it. Like I was actually like, if I could have you at every show, at everything I did, like even if for my own personal life to just make recaps, I would, because like you just do it so fucking well, dude. Like the one of us over at fucking Independence Hall, all the way to us over at like fucking even fucking the fucking what was it, the Justin Tyler show at that fucking bar. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, even though
did you guys put that out?
I think we ended up putting it out finally.
It took like a while. Like, wait, they never put that out. I put it out.
I loved it. It was so like.
I just wanted to change it up because like
I thought it was sick.
We used like all of your new songs at that point.
Yeah.
Like up the new songs you had at the time.
Got new songs now, baby.
Yeah, new songs.
Gotta reconnect soon.
Right.
Oh wait, we are the 25th. You coming through?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
I
Anchor
put it in my
Rock
calendar.
Club, Your Persona, In the Presence of Wolves, No Such Noise, Huxley. It's gonna be a sick show. So yeah, be there, be square.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be. Oh, bro, I'm gonna get you plastered. That's my goal for the night.
You want your video looking good? Or you
We're
want
gonna do it
plastered?
after our set. After my set,
right.
we're gonna be like, here's like 10 shots of tequila. Like, let's go.
All right.
AC baby, hitting it hard like pros. You gonna be there?
Nah, dude, I'm gonna be in California.
He doesn't want to do shots. That's what he's saying. Can you do a shot for me? I'll call you.
Dude, you know I only drink Mikey juice.
I'll call.
What is that?
Drink Mikey juice?
Milk mixed with vodka?
Ew.
Milk mixed with a White Claw.
It's just White Claw. It's just White Claw, bro. White Claw is Mikey juice. That's what Mikey lives off of. Fucking cool, yeah.
But yeah, it seems like the recap videos are a popular thing with bands now.
It's like just little things that get me away from like having to do like part-time jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what's cool about those. They do take a lot of time just with my computer. That's why I kind of slowed down with them.
But they're such great promotion. Like that gets you so much mileage.
Dude, I'm about to upgrade my computer, so like.
Oh shit!
I'm about to.
It's about to happen,
I'm pulling
baby.
the trigger, man.
Do you know what I think though? This is just my personal opinion on the recap videos. I think they're good as like little clips to post on like Instagram or something because they're short and like sweet.
They're
like
to the point.
What I like watching personally and what I like consuming
All ears.
is like actually like full videos of like the band personalities of like bands in the van, like like the old videos like Armor for Sleep. They put out like these DVDs of like them on tour and stuff like that. Them like in drive-throughs, them like in their hotels, just like goofing off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, just like we just recently started getting into like posting live sets and stuff like that. Like to be able just to follow a band and watch their full live set, which is hard for a photographer that's has to take pictures the whole time. Like
the combo thing definitely like affects how much I get of each thing.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a reason behind why bands don't do that as much anymore?
It's hard because like
is it hard?
It's work.
It's work. It's so much editing involved. Like
I mean, like how good of quality do you want? I feel like the reason why a lot of bands don't do as much of that is because I'm not trying to say
they want a quality product.
Not even just quality. Okay, besides even just quality, you know what I mean, it's like I bet you I know every fucking band I know has a fucking potty mouth. I don't care who the fuck it is. And everyone's watching out for their best interest at the end of the day. And most people being like, this is how I am 24/7. Like, they don't want to be fucking demonized or canceled
on Twitter,
for any
just
bullshit.
like, it's
you know what I mean? Dude, like,
it's insane.
And imagine how much of that shit you have to cut out.
That's the stuff I want to consume.
How they are behind
That's
the
the stuff
scenes.
that I want. You know what? That one video you did with fucking Sun Title, where fucking you guys are in the Midwest and Joe's fucking like
naked.
No, this is fucking great content. You know what? They do it great. That's something they do, and you guys do. You guys work so beautifully together. I think I'm like. Fuck Joe McGarvey, bro. I love him. Like, just like the way he does his shit, man. Fucking like his personality, man.
Dude, I
like,
want him on the pod.
We gotta get him on, man. Fucking.
I think he's been saying
we'll
he
get
wants
him
to
and
do
Dan.
it.
Yeah, but dude, like
He said he wants to do it.
he like there's a lot of people who can be like a front man and don't know how to like work with the camera, and like I feel like you guys have a great chemistry. You know what I mean? Like I think you guys do a great fucking job.
We gotta get him to do
we gotta put that clip in of him fucking naked.
Of me naked?
No, fucking Joe.
Oh.
You want to put one of you
I think
in
there
too?
is a video of him naked somewhere.
It's that you got that.
Did
one,
I put it in that little recap?
Yeah, it was like that one theme song playing. I forget.
That was fun to make.
That was a
video
good
was
one.
fun to
That was
make.
a really good one.
That tour was awesome. It was, dude, it was so cool. I mean, it was like, it did all right for the band, but it was just like a wild experience being in a van across country with these people. It was like,
so sick.
What the hell are we doing here in this fucking desert right now?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, let's talk about tour life as a photographer. Like
somewhat.
Yeah. So, like, what's life on tour as a photographer? So you get hired and you have a
it's
select
pretty
amount
cool.
of dates.
They don't really make you drive the van. So you can kind of just chill. But the thing is, when you're in the van, you're working.
Yeah.
Everyone else is fucking off.
Dude, do you have nausea
and
a
you're
lot?
working. No, I'm usually
You're
fine.
so lucky, bro. I get
I'm
so
usually fine.
nauseous. I
Do you
can't
get-
be on my phone
Do
too
you get
long.
scared falling asleep on the van? So whenever someone's driving the van, which we had a piece of shit 96 conversion van, which
Conversion vans
died.
always die.
The Catmobile's dead. Heaven's sake, Mobile.
Every band that ends up with a
Dead.
conversion van better be rich.
Yeah. What, dude? This shit was old as fuck. And,
Yeah.
But, dude, like falling asleep is just like I just don't trust anyone driving while me being asleep.
You just kind of like, you know what happens, man. Like I am so uncomfortable in this van right now. The best thing is sleep. If I just waste time being paranoid about these dumbasses driving, like
You're making peace
I'm
with
gonna be
yourself when you
miserable
pass out.
until I die in this van accident.
Yep.
So you might as well be okay. All right, on some real shit, like you want to make sure that the guy driving the van isn't drunk.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
I feel like people have made exceptions one too many times, and it's just the worst one because there's so much.
It's hard
No
when
one's
you're
wearing seatbelts. It's a small enough vehicle where it can get fucked up by a semi.
Sometimes you can't. There are no seatbelts. The way you convert.
Yeah, the way you
your
move it
fucking-
around. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like buses, you have to lay down and be comfortable while you're on the road for long gaps in between shows and not getting enough sleep the night before.
Man, we're lucky. If you think about it, man, we're really lucky. Like your Persona bus we had, like we converted it with like the little fucking like bunk beds. You remember it and shit like that, but there was no seatbelts in that shit.
No, dude, our
So
van didn't
lucky
have
if
it
that
either.
thing ran.
So like if it ran.
Yeah, but dude, it's crazy because like you're in a band and you're all excited because you're in a whole new area. You want to play there, and most likely you're playing a bar and like you're with your friends and you want to get fucked up and you want to party with the other bands and stuff because like when are you gonna be back again? Like, next year.
Dude, every day is like a when in Rome. Like, oh my god, I have to.
That's the best way to put it. Every day is a when in Rome.
Sometimes people get caught up in that shit, and it's like I got to do this moment too, and then all of a sudden it's like every fucking day has got to be that moment, and sometimes like
someone's got to drive the van.
Someone's got to drive the van,
and like say it's like cold as fuck out,
or someone's gonna get mad at somebody because they have to drive, and that person got fucked up for 2 days in a row or something. Like it's you have to share a small room with a lot of big personality. No matter what band you're in, no matter how chill you guys might be, someone's gonna get big at some point. And get cabin fever and cause an issue. I mean, there might. All right, I could be wrong. There might be some bands that really do have some incredible harmony with each other. But why do I keep looking at the camera? I've been doing that a lot.
It's fine, man. You're talking. You're talking to the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait. Just all right, whatever.
They feel like they're part of the conversation, man.
Aaron really cares about us. No one's ever looked at us this much,
right?
Dude, what was I saying?
Big personality, driving.
But it's fun. Like at the end of the day, like when you can have that moment to just like let loose and relax and go to sleep in a Walmart parking lot, or like Tygos, they go camping. They really do make it an experience. That band, Tygos the Runner.
Yeah.
I've never been on a run with them, but I'm about to go on one with them.
Ooh, are you excited?
That's gonna be cool. It's Northeast. It's small, but like. They go camping.
Yeah.
It's February, but I used to do that as a kid.
Yeah, that's a prime time in my opinion to go camping sometimes. You know what I mean? There's no bugs. You're just out there fucking...
Well, yeah, two of their members just went on a whole countrywide...
They just did the entire Appalachian Trail.
Appalachian Trail.
That's insane.
That's so sick.
Do you know what? This was what confused me. I'm like, how are you guys just going to fucking drop a bomb-ass record and then just go silent and just go?
Everyone does music for a different reason, man.
Yeah,
that's true. But
a lot of people have had opinions on this, and I've got nothing bad to say because it's like if they had this passion, they had to do this thing, and they want to do the band at whatever pace they want to do, then so be it, and they can do them however they want, and if that makes them happy, that makes them happy. But yeah, it's very unconventional to do things that way. You put all that effort into making that album, and then you drop it, and then you're like, all right, we're gonna go away and not play a show after this. They left after the album release show, and
had they already released all those music videos?
No, that's how. That was if you want to. It's the best way of having your cake and eating it too.
Yeah.
To some extent. All right, I'm gonna keep this band alive while I'm away.
Yeah.
They kind of
with new content because each video was new content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was every month too,
yeah,
right?
Once a month.
Yeah,
and I did one of those videos, and oh my gosh, the video I had to follow up when that dropped. My video wasn't even done yet, and it was like it had so much work I had left to do, and I was like. And I was like, I was picking up at my job like full time at that time because I needed that money to make up for the move I had to make a few months earlier, and that video was due so soon. Mm-hmm. That month I had to move, I lost that month, like all that time to be able to edit. So it got all pushed together. So when I actually had to sit down and do it, I just sat at the computer every night, late as hell after work, working on that video. After the Puppet Show video came out, what song is that for? Wolf. Go check out Tygo's Wolf. Ty Goes to the Runner. The song is called Wolf. The video is sick. Check that out. And then I had to follow that up. And my shit wasn't even close to be done. And I had a month left to get it done.
Wow.
And it was a 6-minute song.
Dude.
I was like, how am I going to do this? I was like, I am too short on coverage. I drove up to New York. And it was like, and we shot it in the rain. The ballerina dancing in the rain, Miranda Bishop. Just to get some kind of filler, and thank God I did because it really did add so much more, just another element to the video.
Dude, it's crazy you say that. When we had Kurt on the show, I asked him, like, what do you charge for a music video? He's like, well, there's lots of things to consider. Like, how long's the song? Like, is it like a straight performance, like, shot kind of video? Is there a concept or something? And that sounds like there's a concept and it's like double the amount of
There really wasn't.
song.
It was just a pretty video, I guess.
Okay.
At least I thought it was pretty. It was just kind of the lyrics. That was like the deepest lyric. That EP was like the deepest lyrics that like Tyga's had ever like written up until that point, and there were a lot to pay attention to. So I think that fortunately carried that video, which was kind of just like cut back and forth between to the same like 4 or 5 different things, but like different shots of those different things. So there wasn't much of a concept. It was like just get cool shots of
These things.
It's the same concept almost. It was just like make them look marketable, even if it's simple and not really a cohesive story. It wasn't like any story elements that would have made it like, oh, maybe she's going through this, maybe she's going through
this.
this.
Make it ambiguous.
It
Make
was
people
just
think
like,
of what it could be.
Why do you go watch a ballerina to like some emotional song?
Yeah.
You let it like take you to a place. You're your own interpreter of what that could be. You know, or an ice skater or something of that sort. And that's kind of what I tried to like capture on this video. I was like, there's not enough time to make this seem like there's some deeper, longer story. What's the best thing we could do with this? So
just to go back to what I was saying before with their release, I thought it was really smart how like it's like at least if we're gonna go off and do this big hiking journey we want to do, we'll shoot music videos for every single song and drop them accordingly to space them out during the time that we're away. So
that was a lot of money for that whole thing. Like they had to save up to pay the rent for 6 months. Mm-hmm. They had to have enough money to pay the rent because they weren't going to be working. I think they did start picking up at like restaurants and stuff as they got more toward the top to try to make some extra money. I think CJ did something like that, and they built up this whole like new fan base, and they made vlogs while they did it, and now they have this whole new interesting market coming to their shows of like hikers and stuff. Then they're bringing their friends that like might be into their music, and all of a sudden like they got this weird
a new niche,
this out of nowhere like market for their music that's expanded for them.
That's so sick.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like they are touring essentially. It's just like they're meeting new people.
Every single vlog was like, check out my band at the end of it, like or Instagram story.
That's so sick.
I haven't seen any of those vlogs. Are they cool?
So these are guys who are not video guys, never were at all up until this point. They maybe shot on Snapchat, and they're just like, all right, they watched a lot of videos of and started like getting intrigued by a lot of these hikers. And they sort of copied the way they do it to some extent, but just simpler. They're story-wise, they're good. They're a little long, but they're story-wise, like it really does capture what they just went through on the trail. It's a lot of montages too. Like they're new at video. So.
Yeah, that's sick though. I mean, at least they're doing it.
Yeah.
Hey,
and they're still putting them out 6 months after they got done the hike.
Wow.
I know that James wanted to make an appearance on here. So before we get to that, I wanted to kind of bring up that same segment, like a little from me to you.
Okay.
Kind of share with you, and because we asked Kurt last time, I wanted to know like if you could say anything right now, a little from me to you advice. You know what I mean? If you could tell anyone right now who's trying to pick up like doing video work or just anything like that, cinematography in general, any kind of work when it comes to like working with a camera, like what kind of advice could you give anyone right now that you think is like the best advice?
This applies to like anyone trying to pursue like any like music.
Anything. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah.
I would say if you want to do something different, you're gonna suck early on, and if you can live with that and appreciate each new thing, each time you get better and better at something, appreciate the fuck out of that. You're gonna look back at that and be like, wow, I thought that was good. But in that moment, you look back to like, wow, I was really happy about that with where I was, and it's just going to keep happening. Like the more you do, the more like bigger artists you work with, or clients you work with, whatever floats your boat, and the better job you do on it. Just you have to go through the fire first, and I don't want to get too deep, but like
a lot of trial and error.
A lot of trial and error. And don't let it, if you're going to let it discourage you and it doesn't make you happy at all, then get the fuck out. Don't do it. Like if you're just not if the end goal is just diminished, then do something else that's going to make you happy. But the only ones who make it are the ones who decide to get through that bullshit. Are the ones who decide to get through that. That wasn't good. Can I do something better with a different project?
Once you persevere through it.
Yeah. Pretty much like you have to try the next thing to know if you're going to like that next thing. So
I feel that.
Yep, I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so right before we go to the break, if you guys made it to this far in the video, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you're enjoying this video. Also, so we can plug away some things, your persona just put out a new music video for Neurotic. Go check it out.
Also, check out Kurt from Serious Cinema, who just did that, John.
Yep.
Came out
Yeah,
great.
you crushed it on that.
From last episode. If you haven't seen that episode, go check it out. We just dropped a new live set video from Freeze's release show. Go check that out. We also have a new merch site on Design Tree. I'm going to plug the link in the bio, so go check that out. We got 4 different shirt designs. We got a parody version of To Write Love on Our Arms, a classic vintage looking logo, some sports looking type one, and a parody of a My Chemical Romance one. So if you like any of the shirts, feel free to go buy one right on our site. So coming up next, we got James gonna ask Aaron some questions on some video stuff.
1,000 subs, Italian voice reveal.
Yes. For the crowd that doesn't know, this is James. He does all the behind the scenes work for the podcast. James, what's up?
Just hanging out.
James, me and James are roommates, so we're always here. But James is getting into videography. I mean, he films the podcast. We've been trying to do live set stuff. He's got a bunch of questions to ask Aaron, and for the viewers listening that are looking to get into video stuff, this could be really informative. So yeah.
Cool.
So we were originally talking about this stuff like off air, like when you got here. I'm trying to remember what we were talking about. Basically, I was saying like, since I'm trying to get into like more videography stuff and photography, I want to upgrade like my cameras and my lenses and shit, just to get like higher quality. So I was asking, I think, what would you recommend, you know, as somebody that's like...
So earlier you weren't sure about the photo, but you said it again right now. Did you want to do photo as well?
We can go into some photo stuff later, but mainly I think I'm going to get more into like videos, like more videography, like music videos, live sets, and stuff like that. So,
well, with the budget you gave me, like if you want to just include video for now, I mean, the Blackmagic Pocket for what you guys are doing is totally like everything you need. Plus the lenses.
What's the specifics about this camera that makes it good for?
It's just a really good. It's a simple to use camera. It has a giant touchscreen on the back. It's a really good interface to navigate through, and it gives you a ton of options. And it's a really good viewfinder. I mean, eventually you're going to want to upgrade to monitors, but you're not going to need one yet until you have like someone like I guess. Like doing like live edits and eventually like monitoring between the two cameras and decide which one's the next one to do so that you're not like editing later on all the time.
Oh, cool. So
eventually, like if you keep this going long enough, you're gonna get money to be able to like afford like a board to be able to switch like back and forth between it and just do live edits for like you just cut to like what's interesting, and then so that when it's done, it's done. Like you're done recording, you're done editing it too. Essentially.
So like for a Joe Rogan podcast, for instance, that's how
live.
they're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So that's how he's been able to.
I think he might edit it once in a while to keep it interesting. I'm pretty sure he likes to roll all the way through and keep every awkward, silent moment in there. So, but I mean, everyone has a different format, so you don't have to be Joe Rogan, but that one thing makes your life easier.
Yeah.
Be able to cut.
Dude, getting that board would make me one step closer to being Jamie. Because we can just be like, yo, Jamie, pull that up. And then because my name's James anyway. So it's like,
hey!
He's going to transition into Jamie.
We're adding the I.
Yeah. You've already rebranded yourself from Jim to James. So
I was Jimmy.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy to James, because I'm an adult now. But, we don't have to get into that.
The James moved from Baltimore to Philly, and he did a rebrand.
But, I mean, as far as, like, future stuff, like near future stuff goes, Yeah, look at the Blackmagic Pocket Cine 4K, like the newest one. There's a 6K too, but that's more expensive. The budget one, that with getting 4K and all that, you guys probably don't need with this, but like you have it if you want to shoot shows and stuff. Use the same cameras. And just wherever Micro Four Thirds lenses fit on that camera. You guys got tripods that look like they'll do for now. Audio gear. You guys got for the podcast a good thing going here. Eventually, you're gonna get more. You're gonna become obsessed. Like, oh, we can get that. We can get this arm that swings around and shit. Like you're gonna get.
I'm already obsessed. That's why I'm talking to you because I'm just like, dude, what do I buy? I'm looking into all these fucking YouTube videos.
Yeah, I'm not an audio guy first.
All this stuff trying to figure out like need a better lens. Like we got to get this plug for this thing and like whatever. So I just try to hear people out. Like even like the last episode, I was talking to Kurt. Like what kind of like lens should I get? Like, should I do this? Should I do that? Like, so that's just kind of, I hear out our guests, like if they're related to the field and try to learn from them on, how we can like kind of up our quality and how I can get better as a creative overall.
Yeah.
Even like with like editing software, like we use Premiere, but like they're the extra packages that you could buy for like animating little things and stuff like that. Like, have you ever gotten into that kind of stuff?
Like messing with like After Effects and animating and like special effects and video and stuff.
Yeah, kind of. Like,
we
wanted to do like
we
an
were doing a
intro
lot of
kind of thing, like
sketches on green screens back in college and a little bit after college, and some client projects we had to kind of learn how to do a few things so that we can keep it affordable and so that like we can get paid before having to pay someone else. But eventually the budget's big enough, we would rather pay someone that's specializes in that thing.
Right.
So I never got concerned about getting too good. But then I see a music video, I'm like, oh, that the way however they made that effect happen to cut this from this to that thing, I got to figure that out.
Right.
That looks so sick. That would solve like a few problems, and that would be able to create these ideas I've had in my head, like for years, and like, I don't know. I see a video and I want to emulate that in some way with my own take, Yeah. So that's usually what motivates me to try to get into like special effects and stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sick. What kind of lenses would you recommend? Because I remember I was showing you the Sigma like 17 to 50 or something.
So I would say a 20 millimeter lens for or you can get a Viltrix. It's the not Metabones speed booster. It's like an adapter, so you can get a Sigma 18 to 35, which would be really cool. It's like a zoom lens.
I was looking at that one. It was like $200 more, but like all the videos I was watching, it seemed like
if you're gonna spend the money, if you're gonna spend like what, you bleep it out,
whatever,
bleep it out, $3,000 on your budget for new videos, or for new video gear for this and for like other things. Get the two speed boosters, the not Metabones. Get the Viltrix speed booster for the Micro Four Thirds to Canon lens, and it's a Canon mount on the Sigma 18 to 35. That'll be what you need for this. It's going to be real sharp.
Yeah, that's all I'm looking for. Is just more sharper.
Even if you're just shooting 1080, it's going to be real crisp, decent and low light. Especially with that speed booster. Speed booster actually adds a stop of light to any lens, essentially. I can't explain the details of how it works. It's almost magic. It's like, is there an opening that allows more light? No, it's just tricks with glass. I don't know how to describe it, but that speed booster, it's also an adapter. So a lens that would work on Canon can now work on your Blackmagic. It's the same as a Panasonic Micro Four Thirds mount. Look into that. I think that's the setup to go with for this. Invest in cards.
Sick.
Or eventually you're gonna be.
I'm trying to think what else, because like with the lens, I was trying to look for versatility. That's like a good lens that's good for photo and video, that would up our quality, and it's good with like we can do low light with live concerts, or we can like go out and shoot some fucking like a music video. I don't know. I was just trying to look like find a
multi-purpose.
Like a multi-purpose one size fits all kind of thing. So I'll be like, all right, I'll drop like $600 on that, just because I'll cover more things with it. But
that's going to be your lens.
Or it'll or I could get a lens that's I get 3 lenses that are cheaper, but they do certain things. That's what I was kind of like weighing out. Like, what should I do? In that sense.
Yeah. It's gonna be give or take $3,000.
Yeah, I mean,
give or take.
That's what credit cards are for. So I don't give a fuck. Like it.
Careful.
I was about to say.
Dude, I fucked my shit up. We don't have to go into that. But yeah.
We also have problems with, I think we were talking a little bit about like autofocus, manual focus, because like on this podcast, if you've watched previous episodes, like we've been up in our production and stuff, but sometimes the focus will be more on me than Jose. Jose will be a little bit blurred out.
Yeah, you're closer to the camera than he is.
Yeah, is that always the case?
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Like, you can, and usually you have to split the difference. Like, grab onto your shoulder instead, so that, like, both of you are a little blurry, one's not polarizingly sharper than the other.
Yeah, I kind of just find a good middle ground where.
Well, at least with the angles that you guys are on, you know, you could go.
Would that be on a manual focus, though?
If you go on a wider lens, the thing is, the only way to really fix it is to be on a wider lens.
Which I don't know if that would work with the stage we have set up.
Moore's going to show up. Your stage is going to show up.
You're going to see our shitty ass basement. I don't know what anyone thinks when they watch this. If they think we're in a professional, like a professional studio, or if you know that it's like a dingy ass basement. But one day we'll move into a real studio and it'll be really nice. Have you done work in like professional studios?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Root Studios in New York City was a photo studio.
Cool.
We shot the Anyone Anyway video in there.
Oh, cool. You did them?
I did the one that was like really red. If I Could Unlearn You.
Oh, dude, I watched that. That was so dope.
Yeah. Oh, you saw that? Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
we even used that song as one of our intros for one of our episodes.
No shit.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any of them on there?
No, dude, I would love to have those guys on though.
Oh, dude,
I gigged
they
with
are
them
my
and
boys.
Subtitled one time.
Yeah.
Down South Jersey.
No, they're cool. Nikki comes down pretty often. They come down. They always stay with us.
Oh yeah, because they're boys with Subtitle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I love those guys. That video was cool to do. That was like an experience. Like, I just got this studio with my name on the door. Like, it was an insane studio that I could not believe like we got to use.
Right.
We shot 2 days for that video.
How much does it cost to rent out a studio like that?
Dude, we got it for free.
Really?
Because Nikki's sister dates the guy who runs it.
Wow.
So
that's the plug.
would have been. We got I think like shit. I'm plugging it, but I'm also like, why are you doing them favors, not us? Like, I want to be careful. But like, we got an insane deal. The amount of money, the value of the gear that we used in the studio, the rental, the cost was like, this is like a Lil Wayne video budget. Like what would have been, but like, I mean, the video, I think it's simple. It doesn't, but like what we got to make that, it was mainly having the room. And he's like, oh, do you want to use this gear too? It's like, oh, we don't really plan out much of a concept, but yeah, we'll use it. Cool.
That's like just goes to show like how important it is to use your resources, like especially with
someone's
film
gonna help
and
you out.
like
Take
that,
advantage of that situation.
As far as like location, like maybe base the concept of your music video around the location. Like,
that's really what that video was.
Yeah.
We shot the second day of the stuff that we had planned, and we didn't use any of it. Like, we didn't use any of it. It was like it looks so good. We came up with that in the day of for that studio video. We're like, we're just gonna cut this other stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for instance, like the heaven's sake, have you watched any of our music videos?
I saw the one that takes place at Leatherhead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I knew. That's how I know it. I'm like, I saw the video. I'm like, this is Leatherhead. Who? I didn't know who the band was. I didn't know who Kurt was at the time.
Yeah.
You showed me. Yeah.
Wow.
You
Thanks,
showed
Jose.
me.
Plug-in, heaven's sake. But yeah, we filmed it at Leatherhead. So I do graphic design for all their menus, their T-shirts and stuff like that. Oh,
no kidding. That place.
And
I rip.
Yeah, it's funny. Fun fact about him: Lisa, who owns it, she was on the show Chopped, and she's partners with my buddy's mom. So yeah, she hooked it up. Yeah, shout out to Lisa. Thank you so much for letting us shoot there. But yeah, it looked like a more high budget music video because we had such a good location to film it in. You know what I mean? It would look like a classy bar.
Yeah, it was shot really well.
Yeah.
It was a cool video.
Thank you.
I was like, oh damn, like they did a lot with this place.
You know what's funny with that too? The live action shots of the band, we had fog machines and shit, and we were just baking out the room with.
Did you set off smoke detectors? Is that place ready for that?
Dude, smoke detectors went off. Like 3 fire trucks rolled up, cops rolled up.
Did he film during that at all? Like to see like the sirens or the flashing lights in the wall?
Dude, I wish Kurt whipped out the camera to film all that stuff, like for behind the scenes type of stuff, but I got it all on my Instagram.
Dude, imagine you had the bartender like, stressed out with the sirens coming in and stuff, or like, dude.
We could have included that into the
That's what I'm saying.
Dude.
Kurt, what are you doing, man?
Dude, Kurt messed up.
That could have been like 4 different Instagram posts, just like here's like just behind the scenes shit, just like clip after clip, just to like keep plugging it. And then when you drop it, people were like, "Yo, like that's the shit that they were doing."
It was a
like,
sick video. You should check it out if you haven't already. Just we're getting excited with what could have been. It's
Yeah.
It was a sick video.
So yeah, James is trying to get into like. Have you ever done like any trap music videos? Like work with any trap artists? Don't be modest. You want to work with some trap artists?
I just thought it was funny because I'm waiting for his reaction on it because he's like,
dude, no, it's cool. It's like it's totally cool, and like they always hit you up over and over, and like there's so many of them, and a lot of them get kind of an insane amount of notoriety, like real quickly. I don't know what it is with the trap music, but like if you want to, I feel like once you do it, it's a little bit of a commitment because they're gonna hit you up a lot, and it might be worth it for you or it might not be. I don't know, but like it's interesting. I just know I don't know. I've been hesitant because like I don't want to be entirely stuck in that world because I feel like there's still more I want to explore with this. I feel like once I start, they're gonna keep hitting me up, and maybe the money I can't say no to. I don't really know what they pay, how they pay, but it's popular, so that's at least I know that. And I know you have to deal with their crew a lot. They always have to bring their friends everywhere. I mean, that's cool. Like you have like people that like support you like that, but like sometimes they get in the way, or they like try to help direct the video. I'm like, dude, like I've seen it. Like at least people have complained to me like that.
My favorite thing is like the meme where it's just like it shows like a trap music video, and then it shows like the other angle where it shows the videographer, and he's just like, oh, because there's like 20 guys with guns, just like yeah, bah, 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 bah. It's just like he's just like scared, like please don't go off. But like I don't know if that's a
that's
concern
kind of
for
funny.
you. But yeah, I think it's like a wave right now because like that kind of music is getting so popular, and somebody like Cole Bennett, if you know about him. Like everybody just wants to be like that guy now. There's so many videographers that I'm seeing like like Philly and New York.
It's Chief Keef. Dude. How he came up in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like I was in a music video with the same guy who did the whatever that video, like the big song that got him big. I don't give a I don't know what the
I
song
don't
was.
like. That's the shit I don't like.
That's the shit. So the guy who did that video, I was in a music video. Another one he did in my college apartment building.
Good shit. That's awesome.
Oh, damn.
And it was this white rapper. He was a total bro. It was really interesting. And he got into a fight, got kicked out of that apartment that night. But the video got like so many views. Like it was insane.
Wow.
What was the rapper? Like what was his name?
Dude, I cannot.
He was from Chicago.
Yeah.
I should know this.
I do not remember, but yeah, like you're saying though, with those rappers, the way they come up, Chief Keef is like a huge example of that, of like that, like. And also, who's the white kid that looks like Eminem?
Slim Jesus.
Slim Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Like they all had guns pointing at the videographer and stuff like that.
That's like the thing is like they have the guns out at the camera.
Yeah, that's a riot. He's still doing it. He's still renting Ferraris for music videos.
It's like,
It's like
excuse me,
77
sir,
a day
is
or
that gun
something.
loaded? Can you make sure that's on safety? Because I'm a little scared right now.
Yeah.
This camera costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like, well, like you can shoot the camera, I can replace that, but if you shoot me in the face, I can't film your next video. Like,
Honestly, it sounds kind of dangerous. Like working with anyone that's just like casually just chilling with guns and just like.
As long as you know them, you know the network, you know.
But
they'll have
probably
your,
more
they'll
views.
have your back.
The more dangerous the video, probably the more views you'll get. So
Yeah.
clout is pain.
It's a world that I haven't really. People have hit me up like, "Yo, I want to collab," and I'm like, "Cool." That like one rappers that like I did collab with was like Thyla.
Oh yeah.
That they were cool.
He was
I
just
like them.
gigging last night at the pharmacy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like them a lot.
I think he works with
I did.
Metzger,
I did
too.
do that one video with Christian, with his. Was that wasn't Jose? That wasn't Thyla, right? Was it? That was branded as a Thyla video? Do I sound stupid right now?
No, you don't. But we're gonna wrap
Cut
this
that
up right
part.
now, Aaron. You've been an awesome guest,
Cool,
super
man.
informative. Loved having you on. We'll have to do this again sometime. Would you like to plug anything away?
Just if you want to book me or work with me, AaronRPalmer.com. The letter R in between Aaron and Palmer. Instagram at Aaron R. Palmer. Yeah, find me there if you want to get in touch and collaborate. Thanks for having me on. This was awesome.
Awesome. So you guys seen it? You guys learned some stuff about videography. This has been To All the Crowded Rooms. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future episodes. You'll get them as soon as they're posted. We got that merch. Go check it out. Link in bio. And thanks for watching.